Good morning. I must confess that you woke me up, but I had my alarm set for 10, with therapy being at 11, and so I'm glad you woke me up because now I get to relax and have some tea and do this vlog. Actually, I just did a vlog naked under a blanket in the living room, and I was yawning so much, and I'm probably still gonna yawn. And I felt like my words were slurry. I usually listen to some of the vlog that before I send it to YouTube to make sure it's acceptable. And I just felt like I was like, and yesterday's that I did at the park, I erased that one too. It didn't feel coherent. So I'm a tea. So, gonna pour my tea. Pouring my tea right now. Still pouring my tea. Okay. So, especially since my sister texted yesterday, the day before yesterday, she's gonna be the topic of therapy, and I've been thinking of what could happen as a possible divorce level event. It could be traumatizing for her and for me in a way, and so I feel like, maybe I shouldn't go that far. Maybe that's too extreme. And Paul's way of just slipping away, just reducing contact more and more and more, and then moving to Oregon. I've already said this already. I can see the how that's sensible, doesn't rip things apart. But anyway, there is a huge part of me that kind of wants to, I don't know, draw the line in the sand, or just say no more, it's over. And so but then I get nervous, it's just too much, too extreme. And we know she's narcissistic, but she is, or at least self-centered and selfish. But okay, so over the years, I've done digging in these websites and forums and things about narcissism, and they're run by just regular folks. So there's not real clinical information. It's just people sharing their experiences. And sometimes these people sound insane because their writing is so bad, or their life situation seems so chaotic. And so it's often I just can't, I kind of dismiss it, I can't relate to it. But I'm usually going to those places looking for something that could help me understand Nancy or my father. And I don't remember digging around on my sister, but the main one that I would look at was called Out of the Fog, standing for fear, obligation, and guilt. And I think I sent you there when you were with Jason. And the forum part is full of insanity, people talking about their chaotic lives with abusive people, an abusiveness that was beyond what I have had to live with. So on one hand, I'd be like, oh, this is too extreme. My life isn't like this. And on the other hand, I'd be like, these people are fucking nuts. Based on the way they would write, almost they themselves were manufacturers of chaos. So I just couldn't. But the Fog site had good definitions. And I'm not even talking about fog. I was Googling because I was like, God damn it, like, she's not. There's a lot of amateur descriptions and definitions of a narcissist on the internet, and they're always like these cartoon villains. Um, it's usually about men or women, like mothers, that are really abusive, really mindfucky, controlling, just obviously bad people. And I was like, Anne's like in a league of her own. And then I found a blog that's, the title of the article was, I can't remember. It was like the blank narcissist. And then the blank part was, I have brain damage. I just read this last night. But basically a synonym for friendly. It wasn't friendly, but that's kind of like where it was going, the friendly narcissist. And it talked about how kind and generous they are, and how they're known for that, and how they take great pride in that. And on some level, like for them, they really are helping people. Like they could never comprehend that there is a sinister motive, or just it's not all as it seems. Like I'm not just this happy, friendly, helpful person, generous person. But they, people that are in relationships with them, feel uncomfortable. This is like, actually, I said this in my erased vlog yesterday. Like, and then last night I read this. Okay, what I said yesterday, my words were, I spent so much time with her growing up, and people adored her, and she has this self-deprecating sense of humor, and she was visibly generous and kind to people. So it all seemed real, and I think on some level it was, like her true, or like a truly the way she wants to see herself and treat people and receive love from people and loyalty from people. So anyway, she was this person that people beyond respected, like I won't say worshipped, but had a high opinion of. And would always tell me, your sister's so this and your sister's so that. You're so lucky. So all those years, from the teenage years up until now, I guess, I would feel this disconnect. Like I would have a lot of anger at her, especially in my young years, teens, 20s, 30s. This anger and inability to reconcile my anger at her with her reputation, and also my self disgust at letting her buy me off all the time. Not buy me off, like it wasn't like she murdered someone and she's paying me, but just the ickiness of her gifts and generosity. And so anyway, I felt the disconnect. Like what was being presented was not reality, but what I was feeling didn't line up with the perceived reality, perceived by everybody. My whole family, all friends, coworkers, like a lot of people. So I couldn't, and so then I'd spend time with her, like when I lived with her, or just different times when I spent a lot of time with her. Sooner or later I would feel rage. Like it would always start out like, we're laughing, maybe we're shopping, maybe we're dining, we're just hanging out. Hardly ever just hanging out, because she has to be on the move constantly. So and that was bothering me the past, since we've lived in this house, because it'd be like, hey, like we have a beach, like let's just go to the beach, like we don't have to like go and do, and like we could have like barbecue burgers. We don't have to go to the best restaurant and within 50 miles after a day of shopping, and like just exhausting. And that's been my beef with her the last few years, is we can never like just sit down and talk, because that's like, it's fun to sit down and talk with her if you can get her to. Anyway, so this article about the friendly narcissist just talked about basically what I said, how like when you live with them or really know them, it will make you insane because of the difference in how they are, and how manipulative they are. Guilt trips, pretty much guilt trips, and martyr-ish behavior. Like, I'm the good one. Like, how can you hurt me? I hurt you. I'm the one hurting you, but you reacting to that actually is you hurting me. You're the one hurting me, so that's been demonstrated time and time again. And also the rescuing a fantasy of this person that can do so much damage to the person they're rescuing, which is in this case me, where it's like, and my therapist articulated this, where it's like, I am the partner in a law firm, I am intellectually gifted, I was daddy's favorite, and every time I give you money or bail you out of a situation, I am rescuing you. And if you're not grateful, then you are fucked up, and you will always be fucked up. Like, and so all the put downs disguised as humor, humorous put downs, saying things that are masked as concern, like Paul's the best thing that ever happened to you, like don't do anything to jeopardize your relationship, implying that I can't live without Paul, and implying that pretty much I can't live without Paul, and because I am incapable and insane, and all that stuff. And then also the amnesia, which is, I think, I'm going to write a story about, although I'm finding it really hard to write lately about her. It's painful. But the whole thing with my being hospitalized in Portland, like, was so directly connected with her visit, and I can't say that I blame her. Oh God, I said that to my therapist. I was like, I can't blame her. I have, this going on. It's not all her fault. And she was like, your family made you sick, so anyway, but, okay, anyway, the 2008 deal, she doesn't remember. Maybe we talked about this. She remembers like the smallest details. We did talk about this. She remembers the hail. She has a vague, embarrassed memory of like, did I make out with one of your coworkers? Like, oh, like she knows she did something a little naughty. That completely kicked up. Well, no, hadn't slept for 2 days when that happened. Anyway, with the Eric thing, like, kind of, I don't remember myself all the details, but that I feel that kicked off like the psychotic break that I was having, but it was insomnia, and the insomnia was triggered by my sister and whatever, that stuff. Anyway, then I'm the mental patient who needs a caregiver and cannot be respected, yet at the same time it's always like, oh, you're so brilliant, you should been an actress, or you're so funny, like praise, and then put downs, and I can't take it anymore. But I feel guilty because of all the memories, and it's like divorcing your mother. She's not my mother, but it's God damn it, this is gonna run out. It's heavy. Feels like a divorce. Heavy. Okay, I have to go. Bye.